Okay, so here we get to experience PvZ Heroes in its true element, where obviously I did that series on it for like a year on, in BlueStacks and on PC, basically, where we were able to, do a no crafting free to play first playthrough, and then I had to delete my account at the end, or not delete my account, but I keep saying disenchant, like in Hearthstone, whatever. You have to like fertilize or destroy your whole collection, basically. And I'm not allowed to craft still, so all the resources I got from that I did away with too. So the point is that all the time I was making fun that, it's a mobile game or whatever, even though it is pretty good. Now the one problem on here is that it doesn't actually have audio for whatever reason, or whenever I'm streaming it doesn't have audio, even though everything else does. So we'll do a little of it here just to mess around, but the main difference between this and the last session is now I'm using Streamlabs, and still the same thing, we're screen capturing, but it should be better quality. I'm using Wi-Fi instead of the mobile data. It should be better, 60 FPS. It should be still better than console, by the way. And it should be also, I'm using my Rode mic, which does seem to be working now, although I'm not 100% sure. It doesn't really acknowledge it when you plug it in here, but yeah, we're using, should be a better mic. It should be better frame rate. It should be better quality. Those were like 720p. This is like 1080p. So this should be pretty much as good as you're going to get as far as on the phone. And so now there was one joke that I was going to make, so I bought a $1,400 iPhone 16 Max Pro just so I could stream and play PvZ Heroes, a fucking mobile casual card game. That's almost as absurd as buying a gaming laptop, gaming PC, just to play chess on it, or just to stream chess on it, right? Like how I spent so much time, just doing chess on my computer. It's like, what's the point of having a good computer then if you're just going to do a game like chess that doesn't have much technical requirements or specification? It's not like some modern AAA kind of game. So again, you have a gaming PC to play or stream chess, just like you have a brand new iPhone to fucking do PvZ Heroes of all things. So let's actually do it. Again, I'm not necessarily committing to game mode on. I don't know if you can see that or not, but again, the only thing I don't like about this is really bumming me out is the audio issue. And I looked up a couple things and it didn't really. Could I use even my own name? Because, what about my other... Yeah, I wonder who could have taken it. Or maybe it was always like that, too. Maybe I had to do something different. So, yeah, this will be also free to play, no crafting, I guess. Casual or ranked? I mean, you may as well do ranked, because what's the difference, What's the point? You're going to get destroyed either way. Using a strategy deck, I can't really do the whole thing where we switch around the heroes, though, because... Wait, I forget how you even unlock the other heroes. Even the base default, you would start with the smash and stuff. You maybe had to do some... Oh, you just kind of get it by playing, or maybe you had to do some little play against the AI or something. Looks like strategy deck is missing some cards. I'll replace them with cards you already own. Wait, I want to know exactly what I'm using then. Yeah, do we want to do the CDC again, the Crazy Dave challenge, like in PvZ hard mode, where you have to let Dave pick whatever he picks on the first draw of you doing a level. You have to do that all the time. That was such a cool challenge. So I'm doing PvZ hard mode new game plus, and then Crazy Dave picks random plants for you. But you might say, oh, well, if you just reset or exit the game, then it'll be different every time, so it doesn't matter. But it does matter, because I made it so that I have to use the same set red that he gives me on the first try, or something like that. I have to use the first... I can't remember. Whatever he gives me, I have to use only that. Right, whatever shooter he gives, I have to use that. There was a whole thing. So you're kind of playing into it that you have to use only what he gives you. Now, the stupid thing with this is... you are barely going to have enough to make a deck, so it's not like it matters much. Again, the fact that there's no audio is actually not my fault from the perspective that it's just this game that does that. Always has to be something scuffed about this game. So the whole ice thing I kind of mock and don't really take seriously, but some of those one-cost ones are shitty. We don't need this. We probably don't need this. Because yeah, like why would you have the one cost when you could have the ice thing that's just better statted anyway? Like the 1/1s there. Yeah, this mic quality should be a little better. I don't know why it was sounding so bad and so muffled on the other thing. But yeah, I'm just doing this as like some giving series, but the thing is that it might not actually be so bad. One thing I wonder is the whole orientation of it. Like if I feel like a lot of these games don't really work in the other orientation. So we'll do it like if I lose this, I have to switch to the zombies at least. Even though I don't have much to choose from. But we'll keep unlocking stuff, I guess. So I am an expert ranked 39 player at my peak, where obviously it was a no crafting free to play first playthrough kind of thing. Even saying first playthrough maybe seems irrelevant because I was playing it for like a year. Not very much, like on and off, just like once a week for like an hour or something, but still. It was a series that it's different than like, oh, I had, already gotten rank 50 before many times, and now I'm just playing down and sort of, now I'm smurfing or something. Whether that would show that your collection would be capable of getting rank 50, or whether it shows that you kind of know the nuance of doing that, right? That would be the difference. Although, see, if I said that in Hearthstone, like, oh, I'm a legend player, this and that, it doesn't really matter because, that could be many years ago. So, like, the current state of the game and the meta, I have no idea what I'm doing. Although, to be fair, I don't always try to get legend and wild, for example, but then when I do, I don't always try to get legend and wild, but the one time I did try to do it in like September 2022, I got it in one try with mostly a gimmick, or not even a gimmick deck, but like a deck recipe that's like one of the default ones that you can start with. Like I want to see the viewership of this category. Like, oh, where's the dead category appreciation? The fact that would always happen. Like I always love this category for that. Like nobody ever streams it, so when you do, there's actually some hype behind it. There's actually people who will come in here and do this. Like it's so, I don't know. I'm getting a little bit low, but I'm playing kind of aggro, even though they're at 18 health somehow. But this is very hard to deal with the ice thing. I guess I did underestimate that always throughout the playthrough, but towards the end I started using it a little bit. It's just like you need too many cards to support it. Right, this little, what is it, snowdrop. I still can't tell whether the audio is really coming from the mic or not, though. It's like, okay, this is me with the phone far away and me talking like close to the Rode mic. Then I'll reverse it. So now the Rode mic is far away, and now I'm talking into the into the phone speaker. And you might think, oh, this denigrates the quality because, oh, it'll mess up the visual, but it shouldn't, because this should look exactly the same as it would anyway. Right? Like this is, no matter what you do, you can't really stretch it out because I'd have to put the little borders and shit around. The only thing that's bad about this, which there might be a way to hide it, is again that little white bar at the bottom and the little black thing at the top. It's the black thing at the top to show that I'm streaming or recording the screen, and the white thing to show that you can like flick out to exit the app, if you want. But yeah, generally I'm pretty happy with this. This is actually kind of fun. And again, it's just sort of a gimmick, you could say, but I'm just sort of BMing by taking so long. Well, you never know what they might do here. Yeah, that's one thing that seems to be annoying with iPhones. They don't seem to have the best mic recognition or functionality. Like, it doesn't seem to acknowledge that I have the mic plugged in or working with. Like, you might have to get a specific supported iPhone mic. But yeah, it doesn't seem to acknowledge it or have any feedback or setup for it. So we win our first game there online. We get a win streak bonus, apparently. And you get to choose here, actually. So, maybe this could be fun. Maybe I could choose ones that I didn't choose the last time. Because I was stuck with the base ones that I got for so long. Because I never got a hero from a pack, even in like a year of playing. And I only got... and I like took people's advice at the beginning because everybody had a hard-on for Solar Flare. Solar Flare is so good, this and that. But no, it's like... The point is, I picked the ones at the beginning, like what I would pick here, right? I picked Solar Flare, and then I'm stuck with Solar Flare for like a whole year because I never got a hero from a pack. I only got it from buying it outright, which I didn't do for a long time. So what is even the difference here? This is this actually makes it kind of dynamic a little. I wasn't thinking about this. So this will make it different. Just the fact that I get different heroes to start off than I normally would, than I had before. Move a plant. Okay, we've seen this. Like that. This is just like a normal spell, right? Or maybe it looks like there's a spell actually like this, but I forget. I feel like it like works like that, except it doesn't get team up. All plants get +1/+1. This thing's very good. We had this with like combustible. Make a 1 health hothead that has team up when destroyed, deals 6 damage to a hero here. So yeah, we'll definitely pick that. We'll pick all the different ones, obviously, that I didn't have before. 20 new Kabloom plants, which is obviously... Introducing Spudo. Once a mere potato, minding... Oh, good one. Minding his own business. Boom. Transformed by the Herotron. Is that boom to say that he wasn't minding his own business, or is that to show that like he was doing that before, or does that mean that's how he transformed into it in the first place? Now he puts the ow in, Spudow. Good one. Touch anywhere to continue. So that's always something fresh right there. So we could do it like that. If I lose with this, then I play as that or something else. The one thing I can't really do here super well is like if I go AFK or something, I don't have like all the setup to put a screen or whatever. Like I don't think anybody really would care, but like I'm going AFK now and I don't have the means to like mute the mic or put up an image or anything like that. But yeah, this could be fun. So that's what I have to remember. Anything I get, any heroes I get, I got to make sure I pick a different one than what I had before. So now one issue seems to be it's like a little choppy and laggy. So this is a whole troubleshooting. Like maybe that's because I'm trying to do it in 1080p instead of 720p, or now it could be that either that or maybe the bit rate. Like the problem with this is it gives you like no feedback. It's not telling you that like, oh, that there's something you should change. Or there's something, I have to actually keep looking at it myself. Even like the mic, I have no idea. It seemed to be okay, but whatever. It's a little scuff, but it should be alright. So yeah, we won the first game. Again, presumably these are real people, players, but the reality is that I always was skeptical about that, how it's so easy to find a queue time. And this is one of those games that maybe is popular in China somewhat. It's one of those weird market monopoly type things, right? Artificial inflation, because a lot of games might be banned in China, right? Because of whatever various reasons. So this might be one of the few that isn't, because it's one of the least objectionable subject matters. Like, oh, it's just a bunch of cute plants and stuff. Like, unless it's an analogy to calling you a zombie for putting up with the CCP's whatever censorship and stuff. The point is that, oh shit, this turn will kill because so whatever, it might be one of the few games that's playable there, or maybe I'm wrong, but a lot of design goes into just that, the fact that things are designed specifically just to avoid that, whatever they might find objectionable, which sometimes has a bad trickle-down effect, right? It's like you'll be exposed to that even in countries that don't censor those things or don't care about that. They'll still be relevant because it'll make you have to deal with that. Right? Something will be designed a certain way just for that reason, which is dumb. Or they even Hearthstone, something was censored, like the succubus, because it wasn't politically correct or whatever. It turned into a foul hunter, foul stalker. And I just love that implication too. In just fiction in general, like in movies even and stuff, something will be censored if it's even the most minute sexual content. Right? Like, oh my goodness, nudity or something is so bad. Okay, fair enough. But then what won't be censored? Oh, you can have gore and mutilation and blood and beheadings and deaths and killings. So basically, the societal acknowledgement here, which ties into my stimuli acme concept from my debate format 10 years ago, is the fact that, there's an obsession and fixation on sex in society in a way that, and whether the obsession be positive or negative, like, you're just fixated on it. So it's treated as more extreme than that. Like, you can't show nudity, even if it's like, think about like a movie scene, right? You can't show nudity, or it'll be censored, or it'll be, considered very negative, whatever. Okay, so we lose that one. But you can show, like Michael Myers killing people or whatever, right? Several people are dying in graphic ways. That's considered less extreme than simply somebody naked, right? So the problem with that is it shows you a sort of obsession that is inconsistent. Or one of them is actually harmful, like, somebody's actually getting killed, right? Even though you say, it's not real. Whereas I guess, the nudity is real. But, I mean, I don't know. It just seems to be a strange standard, right? It's worse to show just somebody's normal, natural, naked body than it is to show... This is a kid's game, by the way. Than it is to show, somebody getting killed or brutally murdered or tortured or whatever. Like, there's some dissonance with that. That should that really be how we grade things or rate things? So, again, the mic seems a little bit off, and again, the quality of this seems a little bit off too. From the perspective, I don't know if I really want to do this full on right now, but I'm just kind of annoyed because I keep wanting to test and check everything, but then every time I do, it fucks something up. Like, why is it so difficult to just get this to... Like, let's do some research in here. Like, iPhone stream, laggy or something. Not even laggy, but like... Laggy iPhone streaming often caused by poor network conditions. I mean... I don't know, like it seems sort of glitchy a little bit. So now, should I switch to the... I guess that was typically my thing. I would switch to the zombies every time if you lose as a plant, you switch to the zombies. Or maybe that can constitute the whole episode still. Like, I'll go through all the heroes I have until I lose a game. So I have one more as plants, or unless I unlock another one here with zombies. So this one I don't even have any choice. I don't have any choice because I have to... play with the only one that I have here. So this is fine. You got a Captain Combustible sighting. Isn't that so obnoxious, though? That stupid black bar at the top, I swear to God. Yeah, again, the mic feedback on this is kind of dumb, and that maybe is the phone's fault, because whether it works or not, I still can't even 100% tell whether it's the Rode mic or whether it's the other one here. Imagine losing, though, to somebody who has this new starter kind of deck. But then again, I would say, oh, they have that too, but this is definitely not something you start with. Don't let the dog walker anywhere near it. I probably should do that just because I can't let him get anything going too much. I don't think I remember really seeing that one before in all my time playing. Despite how few cards I say this game does have, some of them you would see very rarely or never because they are just not considered good or whatever. So you could make like a all underrated type deck with all the cards that you rarely ever see. Even the really bad cards like this you might see more often than some of them because you're using this only because you have no choice at the beginning. Whereas, this thing you would see a lot. And again, this game embraces like sort of the meme design, like stuff that's just kind of goofy. It's not something that's based in the universe really or, has a strong lore to it. It's literally just some random thing that seems a little funny or goofy. Like a gimmick, something that rhymes or something that sounds kind of interesting but doesn't have like any real presence. Like if you were to just take purely the Plants vs. Zombies from the game itself, either part 1 or 2, which maybe this has spoiled a lot of stuff in part 2, right? A lot of these don't actually come from that at all. So clearly this guy for a rank 1 deck has a lot of shit that you wouldn't start at rank 1 with, so he could be on his way to Legend but it's like the end of the month, so I forget. Or no, I think this ladder resets like in the middle of the month, actually. So yeah, let me keep playing like one game though, and then looking at my thing. Or maybe I don't even care. Like we'll just do it, and then I'll figure it out the next time. I hate having to do that like in the middle of a stream. But no, like where's all the viewer base for this game that is so incredibly popular and has such a cult following? This game is like the definition of that. Like when a movie or something has a cult following, it's like people are very passionate about it, but it's a small community at the same time, right? It's a small but vocal community. It's a very passionate, almost obsessive fan base at times, which I can certainly relate to that. Like there's certain things that I like that are just weird and obscure and, even within a game itself, like Hearthstone. Not that Hearthstone doesn't have a wide following, period, but it's the stuff that I do in it. Like I'll use Renounced Darkness or some weird stuff that people don't always use, and I kind of love those kind of gimmicks and stuff. So what that means is I sort of, I have like a certain ideation and fixation on something that may not be that popular overall. So yeah, I mean, even we got him relatively low, but you can't even do emotes and shit in here and to say good game and whatnot. So okay, let's go ahead. We'll try the other plant deck here in a second. But it could be one of a few things, right? I'll come up with the theories since there's no feedback whatsoever that we get from this. It could be that now that I changed the quality and the bitrate to 1080p and 60 FPS, it might not be able to handle that, even though it should be able to. Or the fact that I changed to Wi-Fi could actually be a bad thing. Or maybe it's not streaming on Wi-Fi. Like maybe I have to, I don't know. Like maybe I have to turn off my mobile data to make sure that it's streaming on Wi-Fi. Or maybe the mobile data is actually better than the Wi-Fi, which it shouldn't be. Okay, let's go through the last one here. So it's going to be, probably you won't have much choice with this. So this is a hero, I don't think, even in that whole time. I can't even remember now, but like I had gotten combustible only. And then I had gotten like the Yeti for the ones that I had like bought. And then I had gotten one actually maybe from a pack or some other means that I don't even remember. The Neptuna chick or something, but I don't even remember how I got her. So why is his whole name a full date? Average day when these player base was born, I would say, but that's actually way too old. Oh, is it? Okay. That would be offensive, except I don't do dates like that. I do, in the US, you do it the other way. Or maybe that's why, so he doesn't get banned. But, I mean, to be fair, it could just be when you were born. But, no, the way I would read that is November 9th, not what you would think it is. So the joke's on them. They might be trying to troll, but they're probably in some other country that allows you to do dates like that. There are certain systems like that where, the whole world does dates like that where it's the month first and then the day, like, because it's like maybe descending order. So like goes year, then month, then day, instead of, in the US it'd be different, or like even the metric system. The one thing I defend is Fahrenheit is actually much more logical for day-to-day use than Celsius. But Celsius is meant for cooking or for science or something, where you're dealing with maybe some of these higher values at times. You never need to use Celsius in everyday life because it's like, it'll be such a small range, right? You're not going 0 or below very often. You're never going up to 100 because your skin would literally be boiling. Like, you say, it's 100 degrees out. Oh, that just means it's a little hot. Okay, the average hot day in Texas in summer, right? But if you're Celsius, it's like, it's 100 degrees out. Oh, I'm literally burning. My skin is burning and I'm a skeleton walking outside. Like, it makes no sense because you're not going to use that very often. So what is the range going to be? Like, you'll be from 20 degrees to 40 degrees Celsius all the time instead of using the actual whole 1 to 100, 0 to 100 on a regular basis, depending on winter and stuff. So that has much more relevance because, again, you're using it on a regular basis. Right, where you won't get to the boiling point up until 212. So, you're dealing between 50 degrees is a common occurrence. 100 degrees could be common. 0 degrees could be common in the winter. 32 at least could be common. So I guess the argument in favor of Celsius would be that 0 and the 100 are the two key points, like the freezing point and the boiling point. But the problem is that the 0 makes sense because you might be around there a bit, right, if it's below freezing and whatnot. But the 100 is way too far, right? You're not dealing with those values on a regular basis in everyday life, right? Anything over even 70 is going to be, I don't even know the exact conversion. Not only is the boiling point ridiculous, but anything up to 50 Celsius and up is going to be over, obviously 50 Celsius would have to be 111. So you're not going to deal with 50 to 100 Celsius ever. So you're only dealing with 0 to 50 on a regular basis, or maybe even below 0 a little bit. Right, so it's kind of skewed in the wrong direction a little bit. But yeah, a lot of the other systems, like the metric system and stuff, would be fine to defend here. Yeah, this is a pretty fun way to stream. There's just so many problems with it. It's amazing to me that all these big services like Twitch and stuff, I get that you could say, it's just a platform to, you got to use OBS or something else to do it. But it should have some dedicated way in its own terms to, handle all this and do this. Because I was doing it directly from there before. And I don't know how well it actually was working, but this should be almost a situation where I could win, but I'm not going to because I maybe messed something up, so I at least had a chance. Or this could be like a player difference type of thing. But it's still not necessarily over. But again, with a shitty deck like this, I doubt I'm going to be able to do a whole lot. And that's going to hurt as well. Although sometimes they can be bad because you'll just get it killed for no reason. Yeah, I'm actually thinking this through like it really matters. So I won't do this, I guess, the whole time then. I'll try to... We did like a little permanent session there. So let me think of what the changes I could make are then. Assuming the microphone is fine, we have to figure out maybe the bitrate's too high, maybe the thing is too high, the quality, or maybe I have to turn off mobile data because it might still be using that, or I have to try and I don't know. But yeah, if we do that as like a little permanent session, that was fun. We're doing this mostly just to test everything. Let me try a few things here though. Hang on. Like, can I do that in the middle of the stream? If I say, okay, let's make this 720. Let's make this, just so I can compare now and see if it like lags a little less. In fact, I don't know. But I don't want to do that. Like, it doesn't matter if that would solve it. Like, I shouldn't have to do that. Those all seem like normal settings. It shouldn't be a big deal at all. Okay, let's see if I wanted to do something else now, but then I would have to actually set up the audio properly. Let me just practice my elite drawing skills. How do you even... How did I even do that out here? Or I could use this also to write, basically, in a way. Now, how do I go from this to moving the area? There should be some convenient way. Whatever. Journal, which I don't see what the difference is between this and notes. Right, you could just use that as like a note thing. This is going to be also like the same thing. Yeah, how many different apps do you need for the writing purpose? You have notes, you have journal, you have pages. They all seem probably to do basically the same thing. This is going to be a situation where... Whoops. Yeah, everything on here should be pretty much fine. So yeah, I'm not entirely happy with the quality of this. In fact, in a weird way, it might have seemed like it was working better even from Twitch. So the only thing I can think of is that it might be the audio, or I mean the internet itself. If you change like the internet basically, turn off like the network settings, right? And then also you could mess with the other thing. Like turn off the mobile data and just use Wi-Fi only, assuming it's not already doing that. Like it should know that that's probably better. And auto switch just because I connected to it. Or again, that's the only thing really that could change it. Like, let's say I wanted to switch my category now, right? How would I even do that? Streaming settings, Twitch settings. I hate when there's like some issue like that and then you can't even tell like what it is, like what's causing it. I actually don't know how you do that. Like, how do I change my... What? Like, how I would change my camera or my category, I honestly don't even know. Okay, so here I'm going to be doing yet another mobile stream, and the point of it is I'm testing different kind of setups every time because there always seems to be an issue. The microphone at first didn't seem very good. Then the actual video, I noticed some glitches and stuff. So here I'm trying it. Last time I did it on the Wi-Fi, and I did it on with seemingly my Rode wireless mic was plugged in. I couldn't tell for sure though still whether it was picking that up or not. Right? Again, these iPhones or whatever don't have the best functionality or feedback of telling you. It doesn't give you anything to say, oh, you're using a different mic. It doesn't say anything anywhere. So we're using Streamlabs. We're using now this time mobile data because it almost seemed to work better before on that. But and then we're also doing now with just the phone mic itself. So it's very hard to judge that. So we did the little PVZ Heroes mini session. That was fun. I'd be much more willing to do an actual series out of it on here if there was just audio. That's the thing I'm not happy about. The fact that for some reason when I stream it, there's just no sound, and that's not just on stream, but even just for me as I'm sitting here, even if I have like a Bluetooth headphone in, but even if I turn that off, it still doesn't work. So let's look through now. I'm very open to basically doing anything on here, but I will try to do um, not just like games here on here, but even like apps and stuff. We could try. No, no, oh, fuck, I didn't mean to do that. No, no, they have like this weird. They have like this weird thing, and just you're sliding through, but it also, fuck. Look, I'm serious. Um, Literally just by sliding through, it makes it very easy to accidentally download it. So yeah, what I kind of want to do is just look. Oh my God, I keep doing that. Look at just like apps in general too. Like, what are some interesting things on here besides just games? First mobile shooter of Destiny, which I don't know if that's a flex. It should be more that you're proud of not being on the mobile scene, but my whole thing with it is like mobile games can be just fine and just good if it's something basic, like if it's mechanically simple, like okay, a card game on mobile versus on PC is perfectly fine because it's the same thing, right? It doesn't hurt the experience at all, or even like chess or something like that. But a lot of other things are not meant for that. We have to try that actually too. The Pokemon Go, I'll probably try, but I don't know how or to what extent you can do that in real life. Like I wouldn't want, I don't want to actually go places and do it that way. And I won't be talking like that if, in real life, but yeah, these are games, so I'll wait on the games for a second. Let me see the apps. I'm sure there's some interesting ones. I can't really think about Duolingo. Some of these you might even get in trouble for doing, like, oh, you're not allowed to show that because that's like stealing, Oh, if they can just watch you do Duolingo on here, then they wouldn't need to buy it themselves. There's something like that with chess that they're really strict about, like Chessable or something like, oh, I was going to do a series on that where I try to study chess and become better, but I can't show it because then it's like I'm, stealing the content. So I could fuck around with the Chat GPT, but ooh, I should make it threads of my old debate format because that's longer than the. That could be kind of fun, actually. I could troll people on Twitter or something, do my old debate contests and stuff. Uh, Nothing's really grabbing me though. Maybe it would have to just be games. Like, yeah, really, what else are you gonna do on here? I thought there was something like I don't know, like that music thing, for example, that's on here by default, right? Okay, let me get a couple here just so we can mess around. So I'll get this. Maybe we'll mess around with it a little bit. I haven't used it in some time. In fact, the only time I think I used it was at the beginning of 2023 as part of like my flex format, and I did like EverQuest for the first time that same day. So I kept doing stuff every Saturday. Like I'm playing this game for the first time, you know, just once a week. I pick a day and I do play something I've never played before. So I can counted ChatGPT in there too, even though it's not a game. Like I kind of just asked it random questions and stuff. So we should try to make it have a mental breakdown or ask it existential questions and stuff. And so you can steal my password here, although I don't think it shows it exactly. I think I already forgot it. What the fuck? Um, what the fuck? What's going on? And why does it make you do this every time too? You download something. I'm not even buying anything. Oh, I don't know then what it is. I don't know. Okay, I got it there. I don't understand, but okay, so we can fuck around. Let me pick like three apps and three games. Thank God it doesn't make me do it again there. Like fucking passwords are kind of a troll in the modern era because every like platform will have its own rules. Like, oh, this one you have to use a symbol. This one you can't use a symbol. So even if you try to use the same password everywhere, right, you end up doing the same shit. I wonder if that's a legitimate form of content that I could do. I could do like Tinder and troll people, or I could like I don't know. Modern calculator, not boring calculator. I don't know what the point of any of this really is, but sports. Oh, it makes it seem like it'll be a sports game, but yeah, there's certain kind of things that would work on mobile that are just fine, where basically it doesn't suffer for being on mobile. Like I even say that for like so card games and turn-based games and stuff like that. And for console, I also say that like anything that doesn't require aiming or precise aiming. So like, a game like Skyrim or something, that shouldn't suffer for being on console because it's melee and it's kind of you're aiming with spells a little, but it's not a big deal. Or even like Dark Souls, because even on PC you kind of use the lock on to do mostly everything. But when it's like, oh, it's a shooter, now there's a concession by the designers that says, oh, we're going to give you a lock on, right? Auto lock on options, and then on PC you don't have that. So for the same exact game, it could be GTA, it could be anything. You don't have the option to lock on PC, but you do on console. So what does that tell you? That's basically the developer saying, oh, there's something wrong with the controls of this, and your device includes 3 months of Apple Arcade for free. Um, Oh my God. Yeah, what a great deal. I pay like fucking $1,500 for a phone and I get 3 months free of this shit. Accept the new conditions, even though I didn't accept the old conditions because I've never used one of these things. So what would be the difference between this and just the games on there anyway? Board games like chess, wow. Let me actually skip it to be sort of objective. Like I don't want to go in with any preconceived notion. Among Us, Among Us puzzle. Yeah, see, we got to try dumb shit like this. All right, so we did the three apps, or no, I don't think I did the third one. There's got to be something on here just for whatever. It's hard to explain what I'm trying to say. Like something that's just kind of interesting, right, as a novelty, but that isn't somehow useful. I don't know. That music one's a good example. Just like, or yeah, like Microsoft Flight Simulator type thing on here could be good too. Like where you just get to look at the, I don't know, Jig Space. 7 years ago. What is it even? It should explain a little more. Like what does it do? Create and share stunning 3D presents. What if I don't want to create them? What if I just want to look at existing objects? Whatever, I'll look at it. Right, like you can say, okay, I'm going to show you, you want to learn how to be a doctor. And here you can look at a skull, a lifelike skull in real life and body parts and like, do that in great detail. I don't know why that's the first thing I thought of, but that's like what it could be. So I'm not going to do Destiny because I'm not allowed to play the Destiny series because that's part of my permadeath first playthrough format that I do with stuff is like I did a permadeath first playthrough of Destiny 1 and I had that incredible moment where I like fell off the shaft and I was about to die and then I landed on some weird thing underneath it that saved the run, but then after that I still ended up dying anyway. So I won't do that. I should almost let it decide for me to some extent. But there's also a lot of old classic games probably that are like, oh, these are some of the best things of all time, right? That would be. I almost want to try it, but I no, I kind of have a pet peeve about that. So what is this here? Chance of Senar, and I'll try to avoid the paid ones, obviously ones that you have to buy. Okay, we're not going to do Roblox either. Um, or yeah, this would probably slow down the stream too, you would imagine. But so yeah, we'll skip the Destiny one, although I have an urge to look at it just out of curiosity. This is going to spoil stuff from the second game or whatever. But King Robert's Match 3 puzzles. You know what I'll do is actually I'll get Pokemon Go just to kind of see what you can do. No, maybe not. And then we'll do three from Alpha Arcade too. We're just kind of looking at stuff. So it's like pretend I have to pick one from each of these sections. So Royal Match, I'll just do it and see what happens. Like I don't know what there must be something you can do with it even outside of just these great games for free. This seems interesting just by the namesake. Maybe you'll get to make like little decisions and stuff. Okay, so those will be the three there, and then we'll do we'll do the arcade. We'll pick like three from here. I'm not sure I understand exactly the difference between these two, but like those are just games in general on the store, and then the arcade is kind of more exclusive or higher quality. So top arcade games, Sneaky Sasquatch. I don't really feel like doing a card game. Like I never really liked those kind of card games as much solitaire and stuff. When I say card games, I always mean like, either collectible or those style like Yu-Gi-Oh and Hearthstone and stuff. Tomb of the Mask. Crossy Road is a very well known one. But let's try this for now. I'm just picking like one from different categories. 2K25 Arcade Edition. That actually looked pretty good for a second there before it sort of got pixelated and shit. The graphics of this actually look amazing for a fucking mobile game. What is this? Um, so yeah, let's go with those ones there. So we're showing everything kind of in a very genuine, authentic way that would even these I did by accident. What is this shit? Tinder and Snapchat, I swear, it was an accident. We're showing everything on here in a very authentic way. Again, everything I do, except for a few, maybe a little troubleshooting things and testing things, is authentic. So everything I've downloaded, you've seen me download it on stream. I've only used them or played them on stream as we've seen. So we did threads to kind of troll people, or no, not so much to troll people, but to what was the third one then? Oh, ChatGPT. Okay, so let me move everything for a second. Come on, why can't I move it? What? Um, okay. Fuck. Oh. This is the OCD tendency kicking in, but what I mean to say is like everything that we're doing, you're gonna see like very hands-on with this device. So like this device is a content machine where I'm only using it for that. Wait, I fucked up again. But how? It's a content machine in that sense. Like everything on here, everything I do with it is gonna be used in this capacity. So you'll see every second of it. You'll see every download, every app, every use of it. Right? Everything will become very familiar to you if you follow this mobile shitty series. But it's a situation where, again, so what we just did is we downloaded three apps that are not games, like ChatGPT, where we can ask it the meaning of life and try to troll it and whatever. We did threads, so we can kind of maybe make a little account and do terms for my debate format or whatever. Right, and then Jake Space, I don't know exactly what it is. Maybe we can just look at a few interesting models that they have in there already by default. Then we did three games from the overall store, Chance of Senna or something like that. Just because, again, these were like on some of the top lists currently. Pokemon Go, just to see what we can do with it without having to actually do stuff in person. I just either heard so much about it, never played it. And then Thronefall also just looks interesting by the logo and stuff. Then we did three from the Apple Arcade itself, which again, I don't know how those overlap or not. But Sasquatch, something sneaky Sasquatch, then some Tomb of the pixelated traps or whatever. And then got 2K25 Arcade. So we don't have to necessarily do them all right now, but I just kind of want to pick a whole bunch of stuff that we could look at. I am enjoying the series, but there's too many kind of issues with it. Right? For like a brand new phone, both in terms of like I just got it and I just opened it, so it's not like it's old or aged or damaged, and it's also brand new-ish in terms of 16 iPhone 16 Pro. When you do something like that, you expect it to just be perfect, right? Like the quality should be perfect, the stream should be perfect, the audio, the mic should be perfect. It shouldn't require anything special, but everything seems a little off, right? The mic was off at the beginning. It seemed better the last couple times. The performance is good on my side, but on the stream it sometimes was blurry and shit. So maybe what I should do is actually now not do those. Let me not do those, and then I'll back out, and I will. I should do something chess related too, but I can maybe save that for later. But let me go in order. So again, Twitch obviously is there just so we can stream through it, which we've tried a couple times. We did the little PvZ Heroes thing. YouTube was just to test stuff. So let me go in order now. So if I do, okay, let's do Clash Royale. So I lose a game, and I'm totally not obsessed with this game because I totally was doing a little mini series of it on PC anyway. And now hooray, we get a new feature with this game that we didn't get with PvZ Heroes, which is audio. For some reason, the audio doesn't work with that. So this game is actually pretty good, and I was just doing like my first playthrough of it on PC recently, and so it's a free-to-play first playthrough. This won't be the same account or collection, but I'll have to make a new thing, and I'm fine with that. Use the slider to set your age. But no, I was actually pleasantly surprised by this game. It's actually good. It's actually, real-time, unique kind of card game. It will not affect the experience. Allow Clash Royale to track your activity. Oh, doing the Clash Royale. Okay, I don't really care about the mission, although I'm an expert on this game, clearly. 1200 rated player. Not right now, but I mean I was at one point before I started getting obsessed with gimmick. Let's see how the quality of the experience goes compared to on PC. And I mean, there's even a PC version, so there's like 3 versions you could do. The emulated PC, the real PC, and then and for a while for a long time you didn't have that. You didn't have the actual official PC version, so I've never played that one. This actually looks so good though on the phone, like, I don't know, it looks kind of very beautiful and better than looking at it on a computer screen because it looks smaller, even though they're technically the same size. Or even that's probably still bigger, orientation-wise, but I don't know. Yeah, let's just try and do. Some of this stuff is annoying because like they're gonna spam you and shit for like 10 hours before you can actually play the game. Which is just a mobile game trope because they want to introduce all these different currencies to you. Like, I would rather just fucking pay for a game at some point than to. Now, is this going to be against a real player? It can't be because he's tutorializing and shit. The giant can be kind of fool's gold in the sense that, oh, I should change my category, but actually I forget how you even do that. And well, I guess I'm not really committing to only doing one thing though. I'm kind of, well, assuming that I win every game, it won't matter. Okay, dude, come on. I don't want to do this right now. The way it's presenting it there is actually disingenuous because it allows you to think that you have like it's slowed down time to let me do that, but normally everything's real time. The P.E.K.K.A is going to be the thing that holds me a little because it's so strong and so good that it can just dominate. I think a lot of my losses have been just that, at least with the way that I've been playing. Is that choose your player name. So I don't know what I use on there, or if it'll even overlap, or if it'll even matter. Like maybe it doesn't. Could I like play against myself if I do it between the 2 accounts? How could it let me do that if? Wait, what? Oh, I thought I was getting worried. Yeah, the giant can be fool's gold because again, here it'll just get destroyed without any point to it. I don't know why this looks so much better on this screen than. I guess because I'm so much closer to it that I can get some of the details more, right, than what you normally would be able to. Which again, I could do the same with Heroes, but I can't because this stupid audio just fucks up. And of course these health values of the towers are not real. Or I guess they are real, I kind of take that for granted. but mine's like 2100 on the other one because the reality is that it's because you've leveled up the towers and stuff over time. And so don't accidentally click these or it'll try to get you to buy shit. Yeah, let's go into here and just play a couple games until I lose one, which probably won't even happen. And I think you can already play. That's my biggest pet peeve with multiplayer games, whether they're free, whether they're anything. You should always just let the player get in there, right? Get in and just play against other people online. Don't do like some super long tutorial like in Magic Arena where it's like an hour plus long of, you know, tutorials and stuff before you unlock. Just let me play online and let me get my ass beat by real people, and I'll still enjoy that more. I'll still enjoy that more than just you know, I'd rather get my ass beat by people and even be encouraged by the process of doing that. Of, oh, that makes me want to buy microtransactions so I can have as strong of a deck or whatever as they do. I'd still rather get my ass beat by a real person than have to, you know, go through boring games against bots just to unlock everything. So let me. But I love how I have that. I have a 2 years played badge in my other account, and it's like, maybe you're not allowed to have multiple accounts, so I should get banned for this. But the context of it is different because I just have a phone here that, you know, you could have a phone account and a PC account, because how would I even have you know, linked the two accounts? I don't even know. It didn't even let me do that. Nor did I really want to do that, but yeah, we start with this. We don't have much of a choice. We have the Giant, the P.E.K.K.A. Those two are obviously a monster, especially if you do them together. You kind of have to do something together with the Giant. And then you're also in a position to have the Fireball, the arrows. We really haven't gotten any new spells ever in my other account. Like, even though I have a lot of cards, yeah, those are still the only two spells I think I have. I have a ton of the structures, which I made, again, that gimmick deck where I only have structures and no minions, which I love, but it's kind of stupid. These two I don't really like. The Musketeer and the Knight, they're a little tanky, but they're kind of jack of all trades, master of none. Where they're not like super high damage, or they're not really, they just feel awkward. They don't serve a clear purpose as much. The Archer is okay, this thing is okay. Kind of the mass swarm minion type. Now I assume I'm playing as real players, of course. He's 6 rating. Let's go P.E.K.K.A. here. Even though I just said I don't even like those things, let's go for it. I swear to God, the visuals of this look so different than. Why is he even letting me do that? Why is he so slow? Now they can't even use the excuse of like, oh, it's because we're playing on mobile. They're playing on mobile and I'm not somehow. Then, oh, that gives me an unfair advantage. That's not even. Oh, you know what can happen though? You know what can happen is because the health values are so low on the tower defense, it could sort of be. The range on that seems a little wider too. The fact is that they could go down a lot quicker than what I'm used to, so maybe that's not the best answer. This is for a nice fireball, dude. What was even the point of that? I'm being a little more patient with doing stuff now, but maybe I shouldn't. Like, I'm trying to kind of react to what they're doing. Now he has to address this, so he can't just leave that and go flying. So like, why does he seem like he's so slow? Like he's not doing it. Like, I don't even care. Okay, go for it, but you have to deal with what I'm doing, and you can't. Right, like that Giant's just gonna not do this. So these kind of games are perfect for mobile, though. This is one thing where I'll even say. Even though mobile seems stupid by definition, right? A game like this or a game like PvZ Heroes could be perfect for it, or even this arguably isn't as good because it's real time, so it's still like, you know, turn-based, you don't have to worry about the inconvenience of it. Wait, did I really win that many games though to get to... That's the ultimate combo. That one and the P.E.K.K.A. and the Barbarian. Because now he'll tank for the P.E.K.K.A. and now you're fucked. Even if you summon stuff to try to fight it. Even if you summon stuff to try to fight it. It's going to, oh shit, but he did get through. If I can just survive and not lose the power, but I did still lose the power. He didn't that much time the P.E.K.K.A. got when he just lost. He literally just lost. I didn't have to do anything else. That's so crazy. See, that combo is nuts. If you have the giant to protect the P.E.K.K.A., some of that comes down just to starting hand that you get. Right? If you get those two together, which you don't always get. Or I guess like games like PvZ itself are good on this kind of thing too. On mobile. Why is it even showing? Oh. Spear goblins are the regular goblins, okay. And I should like be forced to incorporate the new cards as I do that. Or you know what, let's do it the other way though. I'll only change my deck when I lose a game. But because I'm winning with this, I won't add anything to it until I lose. So that would include obviously the goblin deck slots. I like that it's doing that. It's giving me deck slots before I barely have any fucking cards to even make any alterations to my deck. Like, how does that even make sense? It somehow triggers me how much of this upgrading and nonsense goes on because, I don't know. It seems like it'd be a cool feature, but it's kind of tedious after a while. Like, we just got that and we can already upgrade it, like, what's the point? Bro. Okay. Wait, there's still more. Oh, there's the Goblin Hut that I absolutely cream over when it comes to that gimmick deck of the, you know, gimmick deck of the structures only. I'll go here, but the problem is it just doesn't work because, you know, we don't have a way to protect it as much, even though it'll still get a good chunk of damage in. Like, what is he waiting for? Why do people wait that long? So I could try to fight this off, or I could try to just keep going for his shit. Why did they wait so long? Like, he clearly has enough elixir to do something. I don't mind doing this even here. I'm just having such a hard time dealing with what I'm doing. Yeah, the P.E.K.K.A. is like a cheat mode sometimes at this point. So he just has to go defensively, which is not really doing a whole lot. What is he doing? Why is he not? It makes it seem like these are bots. What is this, PvZ Heroes, where I accuse everybody of being a bot, even though they don't really feel like bots, to be fair. But it's always questioned how it can be that active, even. Yeah, like what I expect to be a dead game, mobile game. Oh yeah, and I guess the one thing we have to test with each is the audio too. Like whether the game's audio is too low or too high right now. This is good as well, so we're going on a good streak. This is like the most nightmare war stand possible. Right, none of that is what I want to start with. You want either the P.E.K.K.A. or the Giant, or ideally both, but this is the worst. I'm gonna ignore it, maybe at my own peril, but we did get through that. It makes it very difficult actually to do that. Because I guess the health values of these are so low that, you know, if I commit to trying to see it's already over, how is it? That's insane. That is actually insane how quickly it's over, because the towers and everything have less health than they typically do. Than what I'm used to later on. Again, this is as authentic as a free-to-play new account experience can be. So any victories that I'm having should be very genuine, because either they're higher level and more experienced than me, or like more, have better stuff than me, or it's the same. It couldn't be worse than me because I literally just started. Right, so it's a very authentic experience. Knight could maybe tank for him a little bit, but I didn't even do it in the right order for that to happen. Like, it's already over. Like, it's just, how do you... Yeah, he's not bringing enough pressure onto that. Again, the giant can be taken out sometimes very easily by one unit, you know, like the P.E.K.K.A. or something. Because again, it's not going to fight back, so it's something to kind of protect it. Even that's happening here somewhat. The fact that, you know, his knight just took it. Oh, shit. Knight just took it out. A little bit problematic. Now we're just kind of going defensively, which I don't like to do. But no, the stage that I'm at later on, it ends up being, or partly just my own style of play, it ends up being where I do it, you never really get to the base anymore. Right, like you just get one tower and you try to win with that, or you get 0 towers and try to win with the base health value difference. Oh, look at that, dude. 1 HP. Which I hate using spells like that, but just in principle, it always converts to waste. Obviously, in a situation like that, it's fine. Yeah, you know what would be the worst in a thing like this? Oh, that's a good idea for a challenge format, actually. Like, have an RTS player play like Command and Conquer or some shit from a phone versus somebody playing it on PC. And, like, see if they can match, you know, and win like that, even though it's so dumb. Wait, what is even new? Oh, here. So we're getting some of the things to be able to do my gimmick structure deck even on here. But I'll try not to. I always go on these crazy win streaks that obviously it's going to be hard not to progress. Well, we already have both of them. Alright, well, levels. See, like, it's just this endless thing. Like, you go, you earn a reward, right? You have to go claim the reward, and then by claiming the reward, you'll level up your account or something. By doing that, you'll have to claim something else, and by doing that, you'll have to upgrade something else. It's like, it's just trying to get you addicted to these little stupid things. What is new now? It's almost like a triggering of OCD type tendency. Like, you know, it just makes you want to have to keep doing little inane stuff, and it just never stops. Right, it's just very annoying. So you got the knight, which I don't really hate in this game as much as I hate it in chess, but still. Yeah, I haven't used the giant actually in a while on my other one. I haven't used much of anything in a while because I've just used... What is this number 1? What is it? I don't get it. Oh, it's the arrow. Come on, man, hurry up. I'm on a decent win streak, but I'm surprised. How did I get up to 1,000 rating on there? At the rate that we're doing it here, it would take forever. I didn't realize it was that much. You know, at least the musketeer can kind of protect it, even though that's kind of the opposite. It's more like the giant is protecting the musketeer. He's going for that, so I may as well just ignore it, and I'm used to do it. Right, because we're already through that. You may have to play a little defensively, but what if I just zerg it? I mean, let him go and see. You'd have to deal with my shit first. But it is dangerous to let this happen. Right, like, let's not let that happen. Just in case he deals with that, even though I'm already about to win. It's just too easy at this stage, I don't know. It's almost boring. Just get through it so quickly. Look at the pace of these. These games are taking like 30 seconds long. It's absolutely nuts. Goblin Keys, do that. But no, I like the fact that, oh, there's even a competitive scene for this esports scene. Like, why couldn't I do that? Why shouldn't I be able to, you know, fuck it. But I mean, first you'd have to get to a good account. I don't like to rush stuff, you know, I wouldn't want it. I just enjoy the progression, and then eventually we could try something, but okay, we'll do this even though it seems dumb because I'm not getting the lucky starting hand with the P.E.K.K.A, that kind of thing that I want. I'll pre-move the P.E.K.K.A even. This is a good multi-purpose, it'll put pressure, but it'll also clear the stupid-ass giant. You know, there's certain cards that just kind of counter other cards. Like if you do the fireball against the barbarians, right? It one-shots the whole group, so it's very efficient. And if you do again, like the P.E.K.K.A against the Giant, it can be very good. Some of the flying stuff will counter everything else on the ground. This makes it seem like either I'm, too good or something, even though, again, my collection's not that good, I'm not that good. Or it makes it seem like I'm almost playing against boss or something. Okay, P.E.K.K.A, now please give me Giant. No. I still try to commit to that side, but if they don't react to it immediately, and again, the Giant's the worst thing you can do there because you're just letting the tower get taken down, so you won't even get to it in time. But now they're starting to use the structure by again, I'll just keep putting pressure here. And once you can start building on their side, it becomes very difficult to deal with too. Although I often haven't been doing that lately because I've been doing the structure focused stuff. See, now I could almost play defensively and go the other way, but I'm not going to. I'll just try to do it, solo, commando, P.E.K.K.A Knight here. Now we almost need a little combo type thing. She's catching it at quite a bad time because damn, this is actually fuck. Yeah, that was actually kind of a devastating combo, but I'm still up by the 1 tower. And now we're maybe getting to the point where you'll have to actually pass it out a bit more because this just isn't working. Right, we didn't get the big aggressive push that we needed, so maybe we'll back off a little bit. Let's just wait and see what he does. What I'm doing isn't working. Or again, you got to do some combo like that. Do the Giant and the P.E.K.K.A together. Try to maybe withstand what he does next, and then do it. Or I'll just do it. Dealing with that should take pretty much the whole fucking life. And these structures do pretty well for you though that way. Yeah, I'm already winning by the 1 tower, so you would have to do a lot to withstand them. Very comfortable playing this on mobile. It's not like, oh, you'd be at a disadvantage on PC. Like, yes, you could be a little faster, a little better on PC, but effectively, it's not that big of a deal. For the high level, people would mock that and say, oh, it makes a huge difference. I have this bias towards the left side for whatever reason, too. Yeah, you can keep pre-moving stuff. I've learned that from chess. If you're so good, you're gonna pre-move, but the arrows don't do much to the P.E.K.K.A, so he's actually gonna do pretty well here. Yeah. Okay, I'm getting a little too overconfident with some of these because this isn't how you're meant to do it. Like I'm treating it like it's too easy. It's really a waste of a fireball. Those kind of ones are really shitty. I'll wait to do some sort of combo here because I want to do like the Giant and the P.E.K.K.A. Right, like saving up the elixir and waiting is something you sometimes don't see enough, or then I should wait for it to get to 9, so I shouldn't do anything. I shouldn't do anything and I should wait to do them together. And maybe I should even do them on the other side. Well, yeah, that wasn't much of a combo though because that one was just to counter his shit. But maybe he's still tanking for it enough. That took out his Giant though pretty well. And the P.E.K.K.A is still alive, so that P.E.K.K.A was ghost here because on 1 HP he goes the whole length and still does that. And he's still going, he's still going. Giant was tanking him for him so beautifully. Here he is, just fireballing away at the towers. It didn't even matter. Damn. Yeah, I'm totally smurfing. I'm a 1,000 rated player, by the way, but again, not with this collection, not with this deck, and not in any meaningful way. It's that's just kind of a cutoff point where you can't go below 1,000, basically. Not that I would have lost to be able to figure that out, but no, actually, I did. So if you lose a couple games, then you get bounced back to 1,000, but you never get bounced below 1,000. I'm curious how this actually sounds and everything right now. Let me take a second to listen to it. Or maybe that's a good enough session as it is. So again, we want to almost embrace the distraction. Like, oh, we had planned to. What did I get to? I got to. Maybe I'll do like one more. We had planned to get to like. I feel like I keep forgetting to do that when I play on the other one. Or maybe they don't give me those anymore. But it's like survey. Fuck me. Maybe I should do it. Responding to the survey is completely voluntary. To the extent that you use prompts, Supercell may retain and link your survey answers to profile something something. Before Clash Royale, how many mobile games have you played? Like, let's just say in principle, none. Because mobile is stupid. In the past, did you play games on any of the following devices? Switch. I like how that's ubiquitous now. No, Game Boy. Or how can you select all of them even? Most often PC elitist here. Would you say that playing video games is one of your primary hobbies? Not really anymore that I have that much time, but have you spent any money on an in-app? Never in anything ever, except I did in Hearthstone as a bit of a concession, but I have that rare distinction that, oh, I've played the NBA 2K series or whatever for a significant amount of time over the years, and I've never bought a microtransaction in them. I would say, oh, this should be on PC, but actually, oh god, actually, normally I hate stuff like that, and I wouldn't want to get rewarded for it, but whatever. But since it's already on PC, it's amazing how much I like this compared to how much I didn't like Clash of Clans. But what was I saying? Just like I want to hear back to how this sounds. So again, we were on a mission to get 3 of each thing from different categories. Like let's get 3 apps, so ChatGPT, Threads, and JSpace that we can mess around with, and then the 3 games from the main app store, whatever this is, Chance of Senna, Pokemon Go, Thronefall, and then 3 from the arcade, Apple Arcade. But that doesn't mean we actually have to do them right now, so I was trying to go in order. This is the exact order in which the first 2 pages are the apps that you start with, right, on the iPhone itself. Just default, bloatware, whatever you want to call it. Out of which the interesting ones seem to be the freeform where you can draw, the GarageBand, which you can like learn how to play instruments and shit. And then everything here is the apps that I've downloaded on the 3rd page here. And they are the ones in order basically of when I've downloaded them. So again, Twitch we did just to stream on from the app itself. We tried that. Now we're using Streamlabs. Then PvZ Heroes I did just basically to test it, and that kind of gaslighted me in a way because I thought, oh, it's the audio is not working, so something must be wrong with my system or my setup or whatever. But that's only because PvZ Heroes itself has an issue, right? Not so everything else is working with audio, but not that. Or hopefully everything else would work. YouTube also just to test stuff. Clash Royale obviously just kind of to test as well. Rode obviously to try to get that mic to work, which I still don't know entirely whether it was working. Streamlabs to try to improve some of this setup and whatnot. Then Guns Up was the game that I played once on that Saturday format I was talking about, where where I was able to basically do it because it was going to go get delisted and go offline, but I didn't realize that it would still be available on mobile, so it was only going offline on PC. And it was actually pretty fun. I liked it, but it was sort of asynchronous in the same way I think that Clash of Clans is. That, yeah, I'm the one guy who likes Guns Up more than Clash of Clans, but maybe, you just have to give them more time. But it was like you attack somebody's base, but they're not actually there, or they could be, but 99% of the time it's like they're not there, but you're still attacking another player's base that they've set up and built a certain way. And so it's like it's sort of like multiplayer, but not because they're sort of, you know, they're not there actively playing or doing anything. They just kind of have their base built, and then you kind of deal with it and try to overcome it. So we could look at that one maybe next time. I wish there was, I don't know how you do that, where like I got to put an overlay on here. Because anything you do, like if I try to lock the screen or something, it just ends the stream.